Greetings, Wanderers. I hope that this tip finds you well. Please enjoy the sweet, relaxing cascade of the compiling Linux kernel as I share this quick tip, or feel free to listen to me in the background. Because I value your time, I will start with the tip. I am begging you to take notes while you work, even when it's annoying or seems pointless. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this, and my experience dictates that most of us are doing it the wrong way. No matter how good you are at computer science, remembering a giant list of programs, dependencies, addresses, infrastructures, and resources is unrealistic. That voice that says, "I will remember," is a liar, and you shouldn't trust it. Instead, learn to take useful notes and trust those. Remember that delays can happen, often with unforeseen and lengthy timelines. Notes prevent us from losing our place in our project, and only takes maybe 5% of the total project time when it's all said and done. But that 5% can and does save tens of hours in the future. The actual process of taking notes also dramatically increases your ability to recall what you're doing in the future, even when the notes aren't available. For improved recall, taking notes by hand is most effective, but if you intend to archive your work or publish it somewhere, I would stick to a text-based virtual tool so that you don't have to transcribe your handwriting into ones and zeros. Being told to take notes is pretty obvious, but if you're going to take away any practical knowledge in this video, make it this next point. Taking notes is only useful if the notes that you take are useful. There's no need to write down things that you can simply look up. Instead of copying down information that you can just reference, focus on writing concise lists of functions and useful reminders, like the order of operations for a common project, the most useful commands used all the time, and a guideline on where to look for more information. Also remember that you can save your reference resource to your drive with varying levels of legality. If you make sure that you have a good system of organization, you can then just go open up the labeled PDF or whatever you need to dig deeper into a program. I suggest keeping a digital notebook with a reference section, also nicely organized, so you can easily find whatever you're looking for. A standardized naming system for your files goes a long way in helping your search. I also suggest using a highlighting tool or note-taking program to save even more time. I have experimented with AI-driven transcribers to do this by just talking as I go. That works really well, but just ended up not being my style. If you are interested in running your own transcription software to take notes, I can help you with that, but it is an instructional video for another time. This topic is fresh in my mind because I compiled my own Linux kernel in the last few days. I also put together a home server, repurposed a Steam Deck, set up a Raspberry Pi Media Center and DNS server, and installed numerous Linux images on my computers. Throughout this approximately 40-hour process, mistakes were made. In particular, I had trouble understanding some of the instructions for the compilation of the dozens and dozens of packages of source code. I also had to reset my home router and figure out DNS routing and IP reservations on a new system. I also repeated a lot of work between clients while I installed numerous computers. It is difficult to manage so many concurrent tasks. Parallelization is not my specialty, and that's why I use computers to do it for me. Regardless, I got it figured out and avoided losing more than an hour or so of time and morale. Noting down my tools, the order of operations, solutions to the errors I experienced, and other relevant bits and bobs put me in position to roll back and pick up where I left off. My notes also keep a great record of what tools I am using on my various machines, so when I re-image them I could easily run a batch install to get my systems up and going. Generating a project report was also a breeze with the help of my AI tools with access to my manual notes, which saved at least an hour or two in documentation. So if you take concise, accurate, systematic notes, you're going to have an easier time. I promise you that, and I hope that I have convinced you to keep a note app near you when you are wrestling your devices. As always, if you have questions, feel free to ask and I will help you. You can also leave a comment with any obstacles you've run into. That way we can work through them and improve your personal process. I sincerely appreciate your time here on this big tube of views, and I hope that you have a great evening. Safe travels, Wanderers.